Hello everyone, I Dia with my friend Manasvi from class 11th of Divyapath school. Welcome you all to the series of Heroes of Ahmedabad season 2. Today we have a special guest with us and we are going to dive in her incredible journey of fashion designer. We welcome Miss Sahiba Arora. We are glad to have you, ma'am.
Thank you for having me.
Ma'am, so from many years you are in this field, so you can share your experience and journey with us?
I think everyone's journey is very individual, but what I always feel is that a lot of people step into design or the field of fashion thinking that it is going to be a very glamorous job. What they don't realize is that in reality it is not as glamorous as it seems. It is a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication and a lot of hours that you have to put as much as you would in any other mainstream job. So the journey will always be a little intimidating. It will always be a little rigorous as most other jobs or ventures that you set up with. So if you step into it with this mindset, I think you should be sorted.
Ma'am, what led you into the field of designing?
I think my mother, she has been my inspiration to step into this field because ever since I was a kid, I would always see her design. I would see her hand paint her outfits. I have seen her growing up as a designer and I think that was my inspiration. And of course, when you have such a beautiful inspiration at home, you always are led towards that field and you start exploring more. But I think, yes, if I have to think of one inspiration, it would be my mother.
Once you completed your formal studies, after that, how did you started your work?
So basically, not everyone would know this, but I am an engineer. I am not just a designer. And I did my engineering from Nirma. Then I switched into design. So first, that was also a very big change, something that no one had anticipated I would be doing. But post completing my design, I think I just started. I didn't wait for any more time. I just started freelancing firstly. And then when I realized that, freelancing is working out well for me, then I stepped in and created my own workshop with just one person in my staff to now having 20. I think it's been a beautiful journey, but it just starts with when you decide you want to start.
Is there anybody from your family or friend who inspired or guided you into this field?
Yeah, like I said, my mother, I think she has been the biggest inspiration. Not just for this, but for almost everything I have been trying to do in life or I've been wanting to do in life. Be it my motivator or be it someone who would tell me that I underestimate myself and I can do much more. I think she's been like the biggest guide, mentor, coach, inspiration, everything to me.
How do you envision the future of this fashion?
I think so you cannot really envision the future of design because it is ever changing. Maybe today I could predict that so-and-so would be the future of design 5 years from now. But maybe next year I would envision it to be completely different because there are a lot of external factors also that decide on design. When COVID came, we didn't really know that, masks could actually become an accessory. So similarly, you never know what kind of societal changes, external factors could influence design. It is not just an internal process wherein, your mindset or your choices or your liking would determine the aesthetics of design. Design, when it comes as a commercial point of view, is also something which is decided by external factors. So you can never really envision design to the T. Today, what I envision would be very different from what I maybe envisioned 5 years ago.
The 3 things that you are keep in mind when you are working on design or a new project.
I think over the years, I realized that the most important thing to keep in mind is the commercial viability of a design because at the end of the day, we're running a business. It is not just designed for my pleasure or for just the viewer's aesthetics. So when you design for commercial viability, you have to understand that your target audience should be in sync with your design. Just you loving your design or just someone looking at your design and saying that, oh wow, it's so beautiful is not really going to make any sense in the long run. So that is one of the key factors I look into account. I mean, it has to be my aesthetics, but it also has to resonate with my target audience.
After so many efforts and resources, if clients rejected your design, then what was your reaction?
So I'll tell you that reaction has also changed over the years. Initially, when I started off, I used to take it very personally, like, oh, something's wrong with me, something's wrong with my work, something's wrong with my design. Now I've realized that I have to learn from the error. I have to sit and analyze that, if this is an error at my end, I have to learn and rectify it in future. If it is something wherein there was a miscommunication that maybe my design language and the client's expected design language did not match, we try to bridge that gap in future again, wherein we are sure of the communication that is happening so that this error does not happen again. And if it is plainly an error where the client is also confused about what they wanted or expected, then you just have to go back home and sleep and just brush off that day and continue with the next day.
What fashion website or blog do you read regularly to be connected?
So I personally feel that international fashion is really influencing India now. I mean, earlier, if you would see, the design in India was very different from the design in Western countries, but now it's really synced. If you see a designer called Zuhair Murad, Manish Malhotra's designs would be very similar to that. If you say Rolf and Russo, Gauri and Enika's designs would be very similar to that, because we as a market are also expanding to the international audience. So our Indian designers are also looking up to them for inspiration now. So if you really want to be in sync with the fashion forecast or the trends for the next season, I think the international designers and their blogs and their journeys is what you should be looking up to.
Which celebrity has the best sense of style and why?
Can I say me? Micro celebrity. No, so I'll be honest, there are a lot of them. I honestly always have this thing to say that there is not one person I would say has impeccable sense of style, because style is very subjective. On a particular day, I would say that, oh, I love Deepika's style. But then on a particular day, I would be like, oh, no, didn't like it, very monotonous. And then I would pick someone up else. I think it's very individual also, because on a day I do not like someone's style, there might be 100 people loving that style. So I will not be able to pick someone up like that.
You belong to the glam world, so how you keep yourself grounded?
I have my family, especially my younger brother, who every time I dress up will just laugh at me and give me a smirk and make me feel grounded.
Can you share your greatest lesson while working in this industry?
Do not take anything personally. Firstly, you have to be very calm and patient when you are in a consumer-related industry, because of course you have to live by the rule that the consumer is the king. But again, you do not have to give away so much of yourself that you are not standing up for your work ethics as well. So it has to be a blend of having your work ethics intact, yet being so calm, patient and understanding to the customer's needs that you can ever change your work ethics as well. So I think the biggest lesson is to find a blend and a mix of being true to your principles and yet trying to change them as per the ever-changing environment.
How do you see technology impacting the fashion industries, and you incorporating any innovation technology in your work?
So we are sadly not, but me being an engineer, I would say that a lot of my draping, a lot of my cutting comes from engineering aspects, wherein I know how to frame a 3D model of an outfit and I know how it is going to be framed out. So I think that really helped me personally. Of course, there are a lot of design softwares now where you can create 3D models, where you can create the patterns, you can create the drapes digitally, you can alter the color selection of outfits digitally. So I think, of course, technology is doing great for maybe industries where we talk about you can cut patterns for 100 or 1,000 outfits in one go through a machine. So I mean, the use of technology is unparalleled and you just have to know how to use it correctly.
What role do you think AI is impacting in industry?
I think AI is working very well in most sectors, so it is in fashion, because I think artificial intelligence is something that can judge your mindset, that can judge how you are engaging with the different design elements and let you understand your personal style as well. When you are lost in understanding that, It can make you figure out your personal style and also help you figure out what would work better for maybe your body type, your aesthetics, a lot of factors. But I also feel that sometimes AI could be a little overpowering. Maybe I personally prefer the good old days wherein, you would have to figure out your own personal style yourself. You would make mistakes and then you would understand that this doesn't work for me. Wherein your personal style could actually be ever changing because the algorithm would not show you the same kind of things over and over again. Now what happens is that because the algorithm knows that you're liking a particular style, they will always push and throw that to you. So you do not get a chance to explore something different from that style. So I think I personally prefer design to be without AI when we talk about the algorithmic behavior. But yeah, I mean, if you're someone just starting off understanding your own personal style, it could be used to your benefit.
For students like us, from where did we can start?
You have to start from here. Firstly, internally, you have to realize this is your strength. You have to understand that is this something I would like to do for the next 50 years of my life? Of course, you can change your career path in a year as well. That's not a problem. But at least you have to begin with the thought process or the mindset that would I be comfortable or happy doing this for the next 50 years of my life? Would you wake up every day and feel like I want to go to my store or my office today because I really enjoy doing this? Once you have that mindset, the next steps are very easy. You have to go get a degree, you have to take an internship, you have to do a job, then you set up something of your own. The path ahead is very easy. The first step and the most difficult step is to making up your mind over here. Once that is done, everything is sorted.
So now we have an interesting segment for you called Quick Bits. जैसे कि करण जोहर के शो में होता है. It's like rapid fire round. So shall we start, ma'am?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. School life or college life?
School life.
Describe the 3 things that you are related to your work.
Hard work, hard work, hard work.
Movie or series?
Movie. I don't have the patience to watch an entire series.
Foodie or non-foodie?
Foodie, clearly.
One source of inspiration that you are using?
Not one. I think over the years, sorry, this might not be a rapid fire thing, but over the years I've realized that you have to find inspiration every day through different mediums because you cannot every day look up to a particular individual and feel inspired. Sometimes it might be your God, sometimes it might be your parents, sometimes it might be a random client just entered into your store and said something inspirational and you pick up from that. So you just have to keep your mind open to find inspiration.
Favorite color?
Green.
Your first project you worked on?
My first project was actually a styling project because I started off as a stylist. So I styled a shoot for a sari brand. I don't even remember the name of the brand because some other random agency approached me and I still don't know why I did it, why I started doing that, but I really enjoyed it and I think that was one of my first paid projects.
Your first achievement?
I think my first achievement would be to take that call that no, I want to not do a job in engineering and I want to switch into fashion. That I would consider actually an achievement.
Early bird or night owl?
Both depending on my mood.
Weekends or weekdays?
Weekdays, because I like my work.
Lastly, we would like to express the gratitude for valuable time and for participating in the Heroes of Ahmedabad Season 2 series.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, ma'am.